What is happening, y'all? MrBeefBrain. Welcome back to the walkthrough, and in this episode we're going to be taking on the first portions of Anor Londo. So, if you are coming in just from the very start, you will have started up at the top of these stairs. You run down, you can run past these guards, and we just went to our first bonfire here. But now we're just going to backtrack a little bit and grab this chest. You got to get pretty close to these guards for them to come out and attack you. So actually, ideally, let's bait them out one at a time, and no need for the rusted iron ring anymore. Let's go up and steel protection. Actually, that'll be useful shortly. And throw knife. These guys are pretty easy, however, this shield right here, if you hit their shield, you're not going to do any damage to them. They do wide sweeping attacks. They go down in just 2 or 3 hits from this here. But if you fight multiple at once, it can be quite a bit more challenging. So he would be dead, but we keep hitting that shield. Alright. They do have a chance at dropping their weapons as well as their armor. See there, they can hit pretty hard. Once again, no damage. Hit that shield. Easiest thing to do is just to get behind him. And it looks like just 2 hits with our 2-handed attacks. Alright, so inside of this chest here, we've got some upgrade material. You can kill this guy, but no need, so we're just gonna run on past. And we'll head over to where these knights are over here. Up there we can see the Grand Archives. That's going to be an area we go to a little later on in the game. Cool, so same strategy. We're going to bait one of these dudes out. Let's heal on it. I'll take the trade. Oh, don't jump too far back. We don't want that. Really wide sweeps, so you gotta be careful of rolling too early. Let's take this one out. Cool. Alright, so here we've got 2 chests, and this is a good area to show you a demonstration of a mimic versus a regular chest. So first of all, you're going to notice that the coloration is slightly different, but if you can't tell by that, the chain on a regular chest loops backwards, whereas on a mimic, it's going to protrude forwards like that. So we're going to go ahead and use a Lloyd's Talisman and grab ourselves a Crystal Halberd. Now, I like to use the Lloyd's Talisman on these guys, because it increases the chance that you get the symbol of avarice. So now that we have the item inside, if he drops anything, it'll be the symbol of avarice. Which again is that helmet. It's just the mimic chest head. Increases your item discovery, increases your souls that you receive, as well as slowly attacks your health. This way, again, gonna go later, so we'll skip that for now. And with those chests out of the way, the next place we're going is down this direction. First, just gonna rest at the bonfire quick, and might as well use some of these soul items and level up. And we'll use a couple more. Look at all that souly goodness. Ooh, alright, well now I gotta pop one more. So, vitality at 30, endurance 29, and then our strength and dex are still just at the base requirements to use the Black Knight sword. Once we get our endurance up to 30, we're going to start bumping up these stats a bit. Alright, what's our quick load? 35, 52. But we'll drop down onto this elevator. And now we have a gargoyle. So this guy's going to look pretty familiar because he's the exact same gargoyle that we fought in like episode 2 or 3. So if you didn't get the gargoyle tail axe, or maybe you didn't get the helm or the shield, here you will have the opportunity to get those again. After we take him out, we're gonna drop down this side, grab ourselves a chest, then we'll run underneath this here tunnel. And there's no other items, so we're going to walk across this little ledge and jump onto that balcony there. So this whole area is filled with sketchy little jumps and drops. They are necessary. This isn't like a secret glitch or anything. We're just going where we need to go. So head through this window and take out some painting guardians. Head on up this ladder, and now is a good time to check, see if we've got some arrows. As we're going to make our way across this. However, with all these guys shooting, throwing knives at us, it'd be nice to just knock them off. Let's see, that's wooden arrows, that'll do. At the very least, bait them over here. Come on, dude. Alright, let's see if we can get them to come all the way to us. Now they can fall off and die, and obviously that's the preferred way of going about this, but if they don't, just be careful, have a shield up. Take your time walking across these things. As you get further along, they'll run towards you or start throwing knives at you. Probably one of the safer places to go is going to be right where this chandelier is hanging from. So additionally, with this chandelier, we're going to cut it down. Prior to doing so, it actually works as cover for the daggers that they throw at you. So if we can lure these guys on over. You can hide behind it, and you won't take any damage. And as a result, they see that they're not hitting you, so they're going to move towards us. After we take these guys out, we're going to go ahead and break this chain. Actually, it'll probably break here. Oh, that's not good. Well, one guy fell down, and we are not one of them, so let's see if we can get a kick. There we go. Alright, so as we swung, we broke the chain, and now the item that was on the chandelier is accessible on the ground. So we're going to work our way down there by carrying on this ledge. And And then if you see something that you like, we're going to go and roll towards that something. To land on this ledge. Another something you might like. Then we're going to head through here. Take out a painted guardian. Painting guardian. And up the stairs for a chest. And there's also a chest here. Then we will drop down. Take one more glance for the fans. Roll through this side. Up some stairs. Now this ladder is where we could have walked down if we didn't roll towards the chest. So now we will traverse this light and access. I wouldn't call it a shortcut, but I suppose it is a shortcut. It's not technically necessary, so no, it is necessary. Alright, so before we activate this contraption, which will allow us to traverse between this side and that side, we're going to run down and activate a bonfire. Well, I suppose you're going to have to actually turn it twice. Weird. Alright, disregard. First, we're going to activate the shortcut. I did this in the reverse order in the walkthrough prep and figured it'd be faster to just go down first. But it looks like you actually can do that. Alright, so now we've got another gargoyle. Come here, bud. Dude, I'm trying to trade hits with you, but you're not letting me have my turn. Cool, so he's dead, and like I said, if you haven't received some of these other items, you should have them now. So this is where we originally came from, and this is where we'll be going. First we're going to walk down, grab that item that knocked off the chandelier, as well as one of the cooler armor sets in the game, in my opinion. Take on a bunch of painted guardians. These guys will also drop a bunch of throwing knives, so if you like throwing knives, here's the place you want to be. The low cost of murdering someone's family member. Ooh, a sword. Alright, this is what drops off of the chandelier. Great magic weapon. Thankfully these guys are pretty easy to take out. Realize I don't think I've done this at all throughout the walkthrough. But jumping attacks are done the same way as the kicks, only you use the heavy attack. If you've made it this far, you've probably figured that out by now. But jumping attacks are awesome. They do a ton of damage, and they're a great way to start off the fight. Alright, grab the black iron set, as well as great sword and black iron great shield. Awesome set, awesome weapon, awesome shield. I'm actually... let's see. So with our ring of steel protection. We've got 242 physical defense, and we can do our light rolls. If I put on black iron armor, let's see, it's too heavy to do a roll, but it brings us up to 317. Actually, let's see, is this better? Yeah, this is better, so we're going to put that on as well. Up to 318 physical defense. But we fat roll. We don't want a fat roll, so I'm going to put on Havel's Ring. And now we're at 268, so that's higher than it was before. Plus we got this fancy schmancy black armor. As our endurance increases, we could potentially replace Havel's Ring with something else and continue to wear this while wielding the Black Knight sword. But for now, I've got the Grass Crest shield on my back, so my stamina regen is not bad. And my physical defense is now higher than it was, plus I have a cooler set of armor. The next thing we're going to do is activate this contraption one more time and do what I thought I was doing at the start of this. And now, as it goes back down, we should be able to head to the bottom. Grab ourselves a ring and light a bonfire. Cool. So, I'm not going to sit at this bonfire. You can sit at the bonfire if you like. However, if you do, then you're going to have to activate this contraption every time you want to move forward from here. So I'm going to stick with our OG bonfire, and ideally, we don't go back to either one. If you need to go back for some Estus, feel free to do so. But I'm going to push on forward and try to get us to the next bonfire without dying. A little bit later on, we're going to be going back down to that bonfire to fight a boss, as well as going back into the room with all the painted guardians, where we can access the painted world of Ariamis. But first, we're going to head this way, fight some giants, take out these birdmen, and then hopefully successfully deal with these silver knights. Same as before, we're going to bait one of them out with what's coming up. I'm actually going to try to be a little bit more careful, use a shield. Come here, bud. And he's being careful too, because he knows what's going to happen to him. Come here. Oh, this is upsetting. This whole careful thing's really not working out. Just keep on circling, do your attack. I want to get you. That's two-hand for a finish. Alright. That's not really worth killing him. Alright, with those two guys dead, we're going to head over here. And let's see if this still works. A longbow. Let's try a heavy crossbow. And some heavy bolts. That's right. Alright. to a regular bow. See if we can just shoot him off the edge. Alright, so these guys have very little poise, so a few hits from some arrows can knock them off the ledge. If you miss, you're going to end up trading with them, and they will do some damage to you. But if you don't miss, you make this area a bit easier. Additionally, you can fight them, but fighting 3, they're fast moving, they hop up in the air. If your weapon doesn't have long reach, it's super annoying. So, just getting rid of them. Alright, so going down here, we're going to probably start getting shot at by the Silver Knight archers. These arrows have a little bit of tracking to them, they do a ridiculous amount of damage. And they do a lot of knockback, so they'll push you off these ledges. So we're just going to hop into here. We're going to carefully take out these 2 guys. Ideally. As you can see, this is why we push them off the ledges. If you enter the middle of this room, you're going to get hit. I meant to roll there. That's not good. It's really not going good for us. How did that not do it? Just need one more love tap. Alright. So I'm gonna go and do here. I'm gonna go ahead and do something that ordinarily I advise against doing. I didn't go back for Estus. I probably should have went back for Estus. But since I didn't, I'm gonna go ahead and put humanity on. Using a humanity can bring me back to full health, and it's just gonna make it easier to get to this part. But as you can see, we have an archer to our left and to our right. Shoot these big ol' arrows that really suck. As we start walking up here, as long as you keep moving, they shouldn't hit you. But what we want to do is actually go ahead and hit them. So I find from... Ooh, you're standing right where these little acorn-looking things are. Between that and these little posts, the spears, the acorns and the spears, I find I'm able to hit them and they're not able to hit me. So using the bow, and let's see, we got wooden arrows. Oh, well, I guess they can hit you every once in a while. But ideally, they're not going to hit me. I'm trying to stand right in the middle. And we're going to aim at this guy first. Alright, so we're getting damage. That's good. You want to try to get a few consistent shots with some regular arrows. And when you're hitting, we're going to go ahead and switch to our poison arrows. Just don't want to waste all your poison arrows if you're going to miss. Now this is a pretty cheesy way to do this, but if you don't do it, you're just in for a rough time. Now you can pass this area without doing this. There's definitely several ways to do it. Usually on my first few playthroughs, I would just run up, go to this guy on your right, parry him, and then kick him off the ledge. Do the same thing to the guy on the left. But if you miss, you're going to get hit, and you're going to go falling. So, people spend hours trying to get past this point. It's going to make it a lot quicker. Anyway, I'm going to swap back to my wooden arrows real quick and see about taking on this other guy. I don't want to move to a spot where I get hit and then be upset. Alright, this looks like I can hit it. Just aiming a little high and a little bit to the left. See, is he going to hit me? No. Alright. Let's go ahead and do that same thing again. Now he's hitting me. Alright, looks like that first arrow poisoned him. So now the best thing we can really do is wait. You can go up there and try and fight him, but it's really not worth it. You might get some shit for not dealing with it I don't even want to call it the original way. You have tools in the game, use the tools. If you don't like it, sorry. But this can save you a lot of time and frustration. And as a nod, I don't have any blackberry tea to sip on. So I'll be going with some good old chalky milk. Well, I guess in the meantime, go ahead and look through my stuff, see if I got some good fashion. This is really nice. But while you're waiting around, a good time to go pee. You're not going to get attacked by anything else so long as you've gone through and killed everything on your way. I won't really need the poison arrows or the longbow past this point. You can use arrows to cheese one of the demons coming up. Also, similar to this, it's just a really time-consuming process. Those ones don't actually take poison damage, so you would have to sit there and just shoot and shoot and shoot. So depending on how much damage we're dealing with that boy, we may do that. Might even just skip them. But those Titanite demons give you Demon Titanite, so if you want Demon Titanite, that's the way to go. One of those knights died. After this one dies, we're going to run over there and grab the soul item. And then we'll carry her along the ledge and drop down to our bonfire. Almost there. What are my requirements for Great Sword? 28, 24, so I could wield it. Alright. So with those guys taken out, I mean, and if you think about it, it's really not unfair. They're doing the same thing to you. It's bringing a knife to a gunfight, so to speak. So, we brought our guns. Alright, run down here, grab ourselves a soul item. Soul hero. Oh, that was weird. My character really wants to fall down right now. You can't kill me, I am the chosen undead. The chosen one. Alright, then we just follow this ledge around and drop on down here. Traverse the light. And before proceeding any further, we're going to open up this door and have a seat at a bonfire with a friend. We're going to wrap up the episode here, and we'll catch you in the next one where we take on the rest of this building and then Ornstein and Smo.